Have you ever wondered if the way your body feels today could be quietly shaping how many tomorrows you have left? What if something that seems small, like not being able to open a jar or feeling weaker climbing stairs, is actually a silent message about your health and future? It's easy to overlook these little changes, but what if ignoring them is riskier than you think? If you're over 70, or if you're caring for someone who is, you know how every little detail starts to matter more. Nothing here comes from judgment. It comes from genuine care. This conversation is for everyone who wants to enjoy more years of independence, comfort, and joy, or wants that for someone they love. Today, I'm going to share something you might not hear at a routine checkup. Real insights that can help you notice what your body is trying to tell you. There's hope, and there are practical steps you can take, starting from where you are right now. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. It's so inspiring to see how many people from so many places are part of this community that values well-being at every age. And get ready, because the very first clue might be right in your daily routine, hidden in plain sight. The strength in your legs. Let's start with something simple, but powerful. How easy is it for you to get up from a chair without using your hands? This small action is one of the first signs that tells a lot about your health after 60. It's not just about standing up. It's about the strength in your legs and how steady you feel when you rise. If getting up from a chair is becoming harder, or if you find yourself pushing off with your hands more often, your muscles may be sending an important message. Why does this matter? Because the muscles in your legs are like the foundation of a house. They keep you steady, help you move safely, and let you do the things you love. When these muscles start to weaken, it's not always obvious. But health professionals notice this right away. Struggling to get up can be one of the first clues that your body is losing some of its strength and energy. Over time, this can affect your independence and even your mood. Imagine two friends, Helen, who is 73, and Bill, who is 76. Helen notices she's finding it harder to stand up without help. She decides to practice a little every day, standing up and sitting down a few times with care. She feels a bit stronger each week and feels more confident moving around her home. Bill, on the other hand, ignores the difficulty. He avoids getting up unless he has to, relying more and more on others. Soon, even simple tasks feel overwhelming, and he starts to feel left out. If this small sign is ignored, it doesn't just make daily life harder. It can quietly take away your freedom to move safely and enjoy your days. The risk of falls or needing help with basic things grows, and little by little, confidence can fade. But there are simple things you can do. Try standing up from a sturdy chair a few times each day, using your legs as much as possible. Or hold onto a table for balance and gently practice rising and sitting. These small efforts can make a big difference. And if your legs are telling you something, listen closely, because the next sign might surprise you even more. Their precision when buttoning a shirt. Have you ever noticed how smoothly someone buttons up their shirt, fastens a necklace, or zips up a jacket? The precision of these small, everyday movements tells us a lot about what's happening beneath the surface. This sign, the skill and control in handling tiny buttons or zippers, is often one of the first things healthcare professionals observe, sometimes even before any tests, because it reveals so much about a person's coordination, strength, and nerve health. Imagine your hands as the conductors of an orchestra. When their movements are sure and coordinated, life's daily tasks flow in harmony. But when fingers fumble or tremble, even the simplest routine can turn into a source of frustration and self-doubt. Let's meet two friends, Linda and Grace, both in their early 70s. Every morning, Linda enjoys picking out her favorite blouse and carefully buttoning it up. She takes her time, but rarely struggles, feeling a sense of quiet pride with each smooth movement. Grace, on the other hand, finds herself hesitating more often. Some days, the buttons seem to slip away from her grasp, and she sighs, feeling a little embarrassed when she asks her daughter for help. What started as a minor annoyance has begun to chip away at her confidence, making her less inclined to dress up or go out. When these small tasks become difficult and we ignore them, the risks go beyond clothing. Losing precision in our hands can lead to declining strength, more accidents in the kitchen or bathroom, and even early signs of neurological changes. Small difficulties today can become major barriers tomorrow if we don't pay attention. The good news is you can nurture your hand precision at home. Simple daily exercises like picking up coins, rolling a pencil between your fingers, or squeezing a softball can make all the difference in endurance and accuracy. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't wait. Subscribe to the channel right now. Here, every video is designed to help you live more safely, independently, and healthily. And now, if you think your hands are doing well, have you ever considered what your balance might be telling you? The next sign is often overlooked, but it can change how you move through life. How you handle everyday forgetfulness. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Maybe you found yourself searching for your glasses, only to realize they were on your head the whole time. These small lapses, what we might call everyday forgetfulness, can feel harmless at first. But paying attention to how often they happen and how you react to them is more important than most people realize. When forgetfulness starts showing up more frequently, it can be a quiet sign that your mind or body is asking for help. Sometimes, it's just a momentary distraction. But if you notice yourself losing track of appointments, misplacing things, or repeating questions, it could mean your brain is feeling overwhelmed or tired. Ignoring these signals can slowly chip away at your confidence and independence, making daily life feel more stressful than it needs to be. Let's meet Harold and Susan. Harold, 74, keeps a small notebook by his side. Every morning, he writes down his plans for the day and checks them off as he goes. When he forgets something, he chuckles, takes a breath, and looks at his notes for a gentle reminder. Susan, 79, brushes off her forgetfulness with a laugh at first. But over time, she grows frustrated when she can't remember where she left her keys or misses a lunch date with a friend. Little by little, she starts to avoid making plans, afraid she'll forget again. That shrinking world can feel lonely and discouraging. Overlooking these small lapses won't make them go away. In fact, they can build up, leading to more confusion, frustration, and even isolation. But small changes make a real difference. Try keeping a visible calendar or setting gentle reminders for yourself. Take a moment each evening to review your day. These simple habits can help you feel more in control, bringing relief and even a sense of pride. Remember, noticing these everyday details is the first step toward a life with more clarity, connection, and confidence. The unseen weight of restless nights. Sometimes, what shortens our days isn't what we do, but what we don't feel. The gentle silence before sleep, the peace that should come when night falls. When this is missing, the body quietly pays the price. Many think tossing and turning, waking up tired, or feeling restless at night is just part of growing older. But the truth is, restless nights are like a phone left charging with a faulty cable. It never fully powers up, and over time, everything slows down. Poor quality sleep or constant inattention doesn't just make mornings harder. It quietly drains your resilience, leaving you more vulnerable to small illnesses, sudden mood swings, and lapses in memory or judgment. Imagine your mind as a garden. Without rest, the weeds of confusion and irritability take over, making it harder to find clarity and joy. This silent sign is often ignored, but it signals that your inner battery is running low, even if the outside looks fine. Let's meet Evelyn and Robert. Both are over 70 and live quiet lives. Evelyn treasures her nighttime ritual. She dims the lights, listens to soft music, and avoids screens before bed. She wakes up refreshed, with energy to enjoy her family and small pleasures each day. Robert, on the other hand, treats sleep as an afterthought. He falls asleep with the TV on, checks his phone late into the night, and wakes up groggy, often irritable, his thoughts muddled and heavy. While Evelyn feels present and balanced, Robert drifts through his days, always a little tired, never quite at ease. Ignoring the need for restful nights chips away at your immune system, wears on your patience, and clouds your memory. Over time, this invisible burden can speed up aging, making you feel older than you are. but the cycle can be reversed. Small changes, like keeping a regular sleep schedule, choosing calming music over bright screens, or letting a few minutes of gentle breathing guide you into sleep, can restore your energy and help you meet each day with clarity. If you'd like more practical tips for sleeping better and gently restoring your energy, we've prepared a free ebook with simple, effective ideas. The link is in the pinned comments. Take a moment to care for yourself with kindness and intention. And as the night quiets the mind, other signals may arise, subtle hints from your appetite, emotions, or daily habits, waiting to be heard. Your appetite, an early warning sign. Think back to the last few weeks. Has your appetite changed? Maybe food doesn't taste the same, or you feel full after just a few bites. Sometimes you simply forget to eat. These subtle shifts are more than quirks of getting older. They're messages from your body asking for attention. When your desire for food fades, it can mean your muscles aren't being fed or that your energy is running low. It might even signal that your mood or mind needs care. Let's meet two people. Margaret looks forward to every meal. She enjoys breakfast with fresh fruit, lunches with friends, and dinners that fill her with warmth. Eating is still a pleasure, and it shows. Margaret's steps are steady, her days full of energy, and her mind feels sharp. She feels connected to food, to people, and to herself. On the other side, there's Thomas. Lately, he finds himself skipping meals. He eats quickly, barely tasting his food, or sometimes not at all. He tells himself he's just not hungry. But inside, he feels weaker. His arms tire easily, and simple chores leave him drained. He doesn't find as much joy in his day. Even his mood is heavier, as if a gray cloud is always nearby. Ignoring these changes can be risky. When your plate stays empty, your body starts to lose muscle. Your defenses weaken. You might stumble or fall more easily. It gets harder to focus or remember names. Even your heart and mind can suffer. Without proper nutrition, every system begins to slow down, sometimes quietly, but always surely. The good news is you can turn this around. Try eating at set times, even if you're not hungry. Make your meals colorful and inviting. Include fruits, grains, or roots. Drink water throughout the day. Small steps like these are acts of self-care, reminders that you deserve nourishment and vitality. And while your body needs fuel, remember, sometimes the heaviest burdens aren't physical. What else might be weighing on you just out of sight? The ache of invisible distance. Sometimes the greatest emptiness is not in the stomach or the muscles, but in the quiet spaces between people. When laughter fades from your living room, when days pass and your phone remains silent, it's easy to believe that nothing is wrong. Yet, the absence of true connection is a silent weight, one that slowly presses down on the heart, the mind, and the body. Loneliness does not always announce itself with tears. It can arrive gently, disguised as routine, meals eaten alone, mornings spent in silence, afternoons with only the television for company. But the body understands what the mind tries to ignore. When affection and conversation disappear, stress hormones rise, sleep becomes fragile, memory clouds, and the immune system falters. Emotional disconnection is not just a feeling. It is a signal that your very life force is at risk. Imagine Alice, who starts her day by calling her sister, sharing a laugh about old memories. She meets friend for coffee every week, exchanging news, hugs, and little worries. Her eyes shine. Her mind feels sharp and her steps are light. Then picture George, who once loved Sunday lunches with family, but now finds himself brewing coffee for one. The silence is heavy. Days blend together. Gradually, his energy fades, meals lose their taste, and even simple decisions become difficult. Ignoring isolation allows it to quietly take root. Soon, motivation slips away. The world seems smaller, hope more distant. Immune defenses weaken, and health problems multiply. But this happens to many people, and it can be reversed. Sometimes, the first step is as simple as sending a message to an old friend, joining a local group, or creating a ritual of calling someone you care about every week. Even 5 minutes of genuine conversation can light up a day and restart the heart's engine. When you begin to open your world to connection again, you invite vitality back in. But what about the signals that your body sends? The subtle signs in your balance, your breath, your movements? These are the next whispers to listen for. The telltale wobble. When stability becomes uncertain, you take a step, maybe on the stairs or across the living room, and suddenly your foot doesn't land quite where you expected. A little wobble here, a stumble there. Perhaps you catch yourself on the banister or steady yourself against the wall. It feels minor, almost silly. But what if it's not just a distraction? Subtle signs of instability, like tripping over the edge of a rug, feeling unsure as you rise from bed in the dark, or sliding a bit on the bathroom floor, can be early warnings from your body. These moments often signal the quiet loss of muscle strength, nerve coordination, or core stability. Many brush it off, thinking, "Oh, I'm just getting older." But small slips are rarely just accidents. They're your body's way of whispering for attention before it shouts. Take Helen, for example. She noticed herself catching her foot on the curb more than once, and instead of ignoring it, she asked her doctor and began doing simple balance exercises at home, standing on one foot while holding the back of a chair. Over time, her confidence grew, and so did her independence. She walks with steady steps, feeling relief and pride. Meanwhile, David laughed off his frequent stumbles, calling them senior moments. He avoided stairs, hesitated in the shower, and started fearing walks outside. One afternoon, a fall in his kitchen led to a fractured wrist and a long, frustrating recovery. The shame and anxiety made him withdraw even further. Ignoring wobbles and slips isn't harmless. They can lead to falls, fractures, hospitalizations, and the heartbreaking loss of independence. But the good news? You can start regaining control today. Practice walking a straight line for a few minutes, or try standing on one foot with support nearby. Even 5 minutes a day makes a difference. Prevention isn't just a medical word. It's the freedom to keep exploring and living on your terms. The body's warnings are clear, but not all risks are so visible. What about the signs we feel deep inside? Those quiet changes that don't leave a mark on the floor, but linger in our thoughts and feelings. What still weighs on your heart sometimes? It's not the years that age us, but the memories that linger, the words we never spoke, the feelings left behind closed doors. The silent weight of unprocessed emotions, regrets, old wounds, secret longings, can settle deep inside, pressing quietly on the body and soul. Science has shown that these invisible burdens can disrupt our sleep, weaken our immune system, and drain the vitality from our days. The body holds on to every feeling the heart is unwilling or unable to release. This is not about self-blame, but about gentle permission to let go, to allow a softening inside. The body ages faster when the heart carries what should have already flown away. Consider two paths. On one, Samuel has carried old disappointments and unspoken pain for decades. He avoids the memories, brushes away the ache, and tells himself that time will heal it all. But at night, sleep escapes him. His shoulders are tense, his energy low, and a quiet sadness visits him often, even when life is calm. There's a heaviness in his step, and laughter feels distant. On another path, Miriam chooses to face her heart's weight. She writes letters she never sends, sits in silence and breathes through her sorrow, and sometimes simply allows herself to weep. She talks with a trusted friend, and over time, her sleep deepens, her mornings begin brighter, and her chest feels less tight. There's a new lightness in her walk, a gentle peace in her eyes. When we ignore the silent ache, we risk emotional isolation, fatigue, and even illness. The heart that is locked away prevents the body from truly breathing, from moving freely in the world. Begin with a small act. Write what you feel, forgive quietly in your heart, or listen to your inner voice without judgment. These gifts are for you alone. Forgiveness doesn't erase what happened. It simply stops it from hurting you. And as the heart is gradually unburdened, the body discovers a softer way to exist. But what if the next step is to remember the strength and meaning that still live within you? Today, you had the chance to look inside with your eyes and with your heart. Throughout this journey, we explored the subtle signs that often go unnoticed in life after 60 and 70. These are not diagnoses or sentences. They're opportunities. Each change in memory, mood, appetite, or energy is a gentle invitation from your body and your soul to pay attention, to care, and to act. Every detail you observe, from a hesitant step to a quiet moment of sadness, can reveal new ways to build a longer, richer, and more meaningful life. Now, I invite you to pause and truly observe yourself. Notice your own rhythm. How does your body feel today? How are your emotions flowing? How connected do you feel to those around you? The path to change doesn't require grand gestures. It begins with a single, conscious step, like choosing to walk a little farther, share a meal with someone you love, or allow yourself to feel and express what is inside. These small actions, repeated with kindness and attention, are more powerful than you imagine. You don't have to change everything at once, but you can start with something today, and that makes all the difference. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. Your willingness to learn, reflect, and take care of your life, or the life of someone you love, is a true sign of courage and wisdom. It means you value your story, your health, and your future. If this content resonated with you, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always have support, new insights, and gentle reminders to care for yourself and keep learning one day at a time. Here, every video is a companion on your journey to a more conscious and fulfilled life. And remember, it's not time that shortens our days. It's the silence in the face of what our body and heart are trying to say. Listen to your life. Act with care, because your future is being shaped by every choice you make today. And there is still time to make it the best chapter yet.